He had just 5 points in his first 15 minutes, and then again the 17 points in a 3-minute stretch to close things out, including 4 of 4 from 3.
That fourth quarter, Jalen Rose, as you're watching it go down, as you're seeing what Zion brings to the table in the NBA, making his debut, what are your thoughts?
Well, I appreciate the fact that the weakest part of his game has been his three-point shot, and they were daring him to shoot, and they were losing the game. So they needed that 17-point run. They needed all 4 of those three-point shots. And gaining that level of confidence from the outside, because we all know this. If he gonna make three-point shots, it's over for him driving to the basket and dunking on everybody. So for him to score the way he did and not get a dunk, it was really impressive.
If he remains healthy, Jalen Rose, are you starting to feel it? Are you starting to feel it a little bit?
Man.
Are you wait. Brandon Ingram, he was 6 of 22 last night on 22 points. They have a good game. Drew Holiday. But if they start to hit on all cylinders, if he's able to play in those kind of bursts, tell me you don't think they have a good chance for the 8th seed.
So this is a typical multimedia national thing. They lost the game, Jay.
I understand. So did the Clippers last night. but so did a lot of teams in the Western Conference.
If he plays,
come on, man.
If they are able to extend out his minutes, and that is obviously the overwhelming if in this circumstance, if he plays that whole game, they win that game.
Let me bring you in on the inside joke or a bet. Yeah. I bet both of them that the Pelicans wasn't making the playoffs.
Correct. That's what this is about.
That's what they have too many teams to leapfrog.
Okay.
And they're only 3.5 games out of 8th place.
3.5 out of 8th, but I think if they can get him to the 25-minute per game mark, I think that's going to be an efficient enough minutes at this point to make a real effect on the game. Until he gets there, it's going to be kind of up and down. But 3.5 with 4 teams in front of him, I had them scratching the surface at 8.
Fair, but let's not sidetrack ourselves with that for this moment. Let's talk about the performance and what we can expect. Like, it's not realistic to say he's going to play 4-minute bursts, indefinitely. So as they sort of work his way back into it, are you encouraged? Do you think that he is able, with whatever it is we saw last night, and Jay Will just did a great touchscreen where all this idea about him landing on 2 feet and all that, it's not possible. You cannot retrain a person to jump at the age of 19. He's a brilliant athlete. He's either going to stay healthy or he's not. Are you optimistic?
I'm extremely encouraged. It's so very tough to live up to the hype. This guy's a #1 overall pick. We circled the date that he was going to return. Cameras following this guy from shoot-around to pregame, watching him walk, watching him warm up, watching him get ready to play his first game. Struggled, had 5 turnovers going into the fourth quarter. But to have a level of poise to score 17 straight points when he's making 4 3-point shots in a close game versus the San Antonio Spurs, that's extremely impressive.
His conditioning and his rehab need to become everything to him, 24/7. Like, I wouldn't tell Zion Williamson at All-Star break, go on vacation, go relax a little bit. No, you stay in New Orleans, you do conditioning, you get shots up. I think that's the next stake for him because he needs to find that rhythm and build that rhythm into the way he plays.
Well, let's keep in mind that, as former players, we know these guys these guys are in midseason form. He's in probably less than preseason form. And for him to be able to come out and do that against San Antonio on the biggest stage, as Jalen explained, with all the hype, it really talks to his confidence and what kind of psyche and what kind of player this kid's going to be. So like I said, with time, with rhythm, as long as he stays healthy, it's going to be scary.
And also, like, at 19 years old, he's more mature than I ever was.
Oh, no question.
What about his, discipline and his demeanor, how he approaches his teammates, how he approaches being coached, how he's able to articulate himself to the media? That's something that is bigger than basketball.
Jay used to say this to me all my time my rookie year. He's like, yo, Jay, just get in where you fit in. Get in where you fit in. That line is perfect for Zion. He doesn't need to dominate the ball. He had 22 points just off rhythm. And he came back. He hasn't played with Drew Holiday. He hasn't played with Derek Cousins and these guys. Like, he doesn't, Derek Favors, excuse me. Like, he's just finding that rhythm for the first time.
Well, and you mentioned his work on the jump shot, and he said it, we heard him say it in our earlier hour, how when you can't move around as much, you're going to just work on what you can work on. I think what people don't know all the time about Zion, because we see the flashy plays, we talk about his health, he is such a workhorse. He wants this so bad, he's going to keep working so hard, and when you put that in combination, as you've said, you add a jump shot to his game, the way that he showed, you got to think he really can be formidable if he can.
There's no question. He's one of these rare players that, like I said in the first hour, that he's a 20-10 guy off energy and effort, which is scary. So you add that other dimension of being able to shoot, playmaking, quick second jump. If he can stay healthy, I don't know about this year, but definitely a bright future.
I'm telling you that the risk is high, though. I mean, those plays that we show, he landed on 1 foot like over 10 times last night. Over 10 times.
He's the 3rd heaviest player in the NBA behind Boban and Taco Fall. And those guys aren't athletic. Those guys can't shoot threes. And those guys don't have the hype that Zion has, yet he exceeded it in this first game.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports and analysis, download the ESPN app, and live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.